Hello and namaste. My name is Ron Fowler. I'm actually from Cleveland, Ohio, and I've been a full-time clown since 2000. One of my passions, one of the things that I love to do is travel. So I usually tend to travel Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and my two favorite countries that I love to travel have probably been, of course, Nepal and India. And I've been going to Nepal since 1997. Spent 4 months there the first time. Fell in love with the place, made some wonderful friends, and have been returning almost every year since 2000. In 2000, I became a full-time clown, and when I returned to Kathmandu, I needed a clown costume. So I had one here, and decided to get another one made. So I had a friend who was a tailor. I said, "Can you make me a clown costume?" Ended up taking some pictures of what clown costumes look like, because of course they had no idea. They call clowns jokers from basically playing cards, so they're familiar with that aspect of clowning. So I had a new clown costume made. Came back, loved it. Went back in 2001, and this time I ended up taking my balloon bag with me. I actually designed my own balloon bag that fit my needs for balloon twisting. Fairly large bag with lots of pockets. Had that made. And a few more clown costumes. Came back to Cleveland, and a lot of the local clowns said, "Can I get one of those bags?" I'm like, "Sure. I'll be going back in January, February next year, and I'll get a few more made." So returned back to Nepal in 2002. Basically got some more bags made, I think like between 5 and 7 that time. Brought them back, basically sold them at cost. I was supporting some of my friends over there, so I really wasn't interested in making money. I just wanted to help them. And they loved them, and so I decided, okay, people like my bag. So I basically came back the following year, 2003, with some more balloon bags and put them on the internet. Sold a few of them on the internet. And of course, people didn't know basically what they were, who I was at the time. I have been making YouTube videos, tutorials on balloon twisting for a while, and some people knew me from that, and sold a few bags over online. And then kind of just built it from there. Well, in 2014, I decided that I was going to get kind of serious in the balloon bag, the designing and making and production over there. And I was helping out some wonderful people. A lot of my products, up until that point, were all made fair trade. My bags have since gotten a little bit more complicated, where I've actually had to go to like small factories. And the factories in Nepal aren't like, you would picture a factory here. They're basically 1 or 2 levels of somebody's house. And they have anywhere from 5 to 20 sewing machines, and that's a factory. So I ended up taking my balloon bag, redesigned it, and ended up coming up with this one. It's called the Namaste bag, and loved it. Beautiful. I'm kind of finished tweaking it. I think I got it. So I actually started designing other products that I needed, other balloon artist gear that would really be helpful in my business. And so 2014, ended up working on some new designs, brought some of those products back, sold those online. 2015, went back again. I was in Nepal from early February till April 28th. Well, April 25th, Nepal experienced a 7.8 magnitude earthquake. Lasted almost 2 minutes. I was actually downtown Kathmandu during the earthquake. I was actually, just got off a bus. I was on my way to one of my factories to pick up my finished bags and basically pay some of my bills. So I was in Kathmandu, got off the bus, went into a local shopping mall to use the ATM, and felt a shake. And of course I was right next to the main road, and I'm like, I didn't hear a truck. And then I felt another shake, and I knew exactly what was happening. So I basically got out of that shopping mall, got out of that building, and headed towards the door. Was looking right across the street. The earthquake was pretty violent at that point. The building across the street, the whole side fell towards me, towards the building I was at. And actually watched, there was a young gentleman just walking down the street. The building came right down on top of him. I was still trying to make my way away from the building I was in, only to have the building across the street next to the building that fell, that one also fell as well. When it came down, it came right towards me, missed me by about 15 feet. I just got a huge dust cloud when all the building fell. And as soon as the dust cleared, I was calling to some other Nepali people, because I do speak some Nepali, that there was a person underneath the pile. So there was about 2 or 3 of us that went over, and we started trying to pick up rocks and trying to dig them out. And After a few minutes, we kind of looked at each other and said there was no way anybody could survive this. So at that point, my focus became to my wife and my daughter. And they were in Bhaktapur, which is a suburb of Kathmandu. So basically, got on the phone, hit redial, redial, redial. All circuits busy, try again later. Tried sending text messages out, nothing was going through. Finally, I got a text message that my wife and my daughter were okay, and my friend's son was okay. And they also got a text message that I was fine. So basically made my way to the main road. Took me about a 20 to 30 minute walk, and the whole time there was aftershocks about every 10 minutes. Well, to the point where you basically had to stop because you couldn't walk. Finally got to the main road, found a bus that was going in the direction I needed, hopped on the bus was pretty full, and got back to Bhaktapur. Saw my wife and my daughter, and my friend's son Prasan, and my friend Pradeep was not heard from, or his father. So me and Prasan actually decided to go towards the center of town. Probably not the smartest thing to do, considering there were still aftershocks going on, and we were kind of going down one kind of alleys, one street alleys, one road alleys, very thin roads. And we were climbing over houses that collapsed to get there. Pretty scary. We got downtown and ended up being in kind of a big open area and stayed there because there was a few other aftershocks at that point. And so basically I don't know anybody that got killed or got injured during the earthquake, but a lot of my friends, a lot of my workers that make my felt products and make my balloon bags, they all lost their houses. The saving grace, of course, that the earthquake hit just before noon on a Saturday. Saturday is the only day Nepalese have off. They work Sunday through Monday. And if it would have been any other day, kids would have been in school, people would have been at factories, people would have been in their houses, and a lot of people would have gotten killed. As it stands, the death toll is right around 9,000. So my ultimate goal with this whole balloon bag thing was to basically start my own fair trade factory, getting my own balloon bags made. Well, 2015, after the earthquake, that all came to a halt. It basically stopped. All my factories were basically shut down, and when they did reopen, they were making sleeping bags, they were making tents, they were making jackets, anything people needed at that moment in time, which I was completely I completely understand. This was an emergency. This needed to be done. My work can wait. So basically returned early February of 2016, did a bunch of volunteer shows for orphanages, schools, hospitals, which I've always done, but after the earthquake, they really needed some more of it. They needed some more cheering up. So I focused on that, but also focused on my balloon stuff. And 2016 came up with some wonderful products and sold those online. Sold a few of them online, not too many. And then the summer of 2016, my wife and my mother actually planned a trip to Disney. Well, the Disney vacation was over on February 21st. And February 22nd started the largest balloon twisting convention called Twist and Shout, which is at balloonconvention.com, and that was in Orlando, Florida. So I had to stay. So I said, okay, let's make an investment. Let's order some more balloon bags. I could deal with my friends over there. I could deal with the factories over there, have them shipped out, do an export, and then I'll be ready for the convention. So I did the balloon twisting convention for February 22nd to the 26th, and to my amazement, people were shocked. People loved what I created, and also had a lot of help from other people brainstorming as well, and ended up selling out of what I had, which of course wasn't a lot because I could only invest so much. So now basically I've sold out 3 of my products that I designed. I've sold out, I have limited colors on other products that I designed as well, and I raised some money. I will be returning to Kathmandu here within a week. It's right now March of 2017, and my goal basically is to get more balloon bags made. My ultimate long-term goal has always been to start my own fair trade factory. So now I'm at a crossroads. I got a little bit of money saved up from the sales. So my goal is either to basically, I already have a room, I already have one sewing machine that I purchased 3 years ago. And do I hire like 1 or 2 people? Or do I just basically take the money I have, which of course is not a lot, and basically just say to my factories now, I need more product. The goal is, after the success of the balloon convention, Twist and Shout, is to basically do 4 to 6 more conventions early 2018. So that'll give me enough time to get more product, to get more things stable, to design some new things. I also want to kind of incorporate it into some face painting products, which a lot of people said that my product could very easily be switched and be used for face painting. So I'm going to focus on that this year. So the reason why I'm doing Kickstarter is I don't really have a product to sell, to develop. I've already got that. I already know it's kind of popular. I really want to start a fair trade factory. And with all my work with the orphanages over the years, I've actually got to know some of the kids in the orphanages. And I would like to basically have a training center as well, where I can take 2 or 3 or 4 of the kids that are in the orphanage that are anywhere between like 14 to 16 years old, and bring them over and start teaching them tailoring and give them a skill. So once they turn 18 and they can no longer be at the orphanage, they have a skill, a trade that they can actually go out and either find a job, they can basically start their own, tailoring center, which a lot of the tailors I know are basically one guy and a sewing machine, and he makes a living at it. Or I could possibly hire them on as staff for my balloon bags. So that's why I'm here. So I don't really have a product to offer, but I really want to do this. It's always been my goal. And I think now I'm at the point where I either have to make the decision to basically go a couple more years, or I could do the Kickstarter, raise some money, and actually do it right and start my own fair trade factory. So because I'm not really offering a product, the one thing that I can offer, and what I've been thinking about as a thank you to anybody that donates to this project, is if you donate $100 or more, you get basically a 15% discount for lifetime. So anything I have, any of my products, you get 15% off, period. For anything under $100 for a donation, basically you'll get a 15% discount on your first order. So that's what I have to offer. Also, I'm going to be helping out some very good people, some Nepalese people that are in a very bad place right now, and I want to do more. So that's why I'm here. All right. Thank you for any help. Thank you very much. Namaste.